all my time. I see through those eyes into that filthy mind. You take all my pride, don't want me to confide. To love is to lie. Stop wasting all my time, yeah. All my time. All my time. To feel lost inside.
There we go. Right, we got my rats grid on screen. So lovely jubbly. Loading into the first game. Welcome along. You can see the game modes are stated there. Ramar's a hard point's going to be our first one for tonight. This is a scrim match, don't forget. So nothing to compare with stake, only pride. Match 2, search and destroy in Arklov Peak. Match 3, domination gun runner. Match 4 goes back to hard point in Azir Cave. Match 5, search and destroy in Piccadilly. And match 6, domination Hackney Yard. So we won't keep that going for too much longer. Let's switch over to the game. Okay, here we go. Let's see how we go. I haven't got my controller at the moment. I'm just going to stick with first person view for the time being. So the first point we all know is up over the bridge. Do you know what? I'm going to get rid of that game overlay because I just don't want it. And I'm going to mess around with something here because that's the wrong logo. Oh. That was not going to work. Okay, well, we'll sort that in a second. Rich. Why has it gone on to Rich? I was trying to go to NT, and I think it might be semi-broken. Let's get rid of that. There we go. We're back in. Now we can switch NZ. So just reviewing the kind of teams at the moment. The Foreskin, I love the names, is a new player to the REME team, so seeing how he embeds with the regular Lions League team. You got Paul with a P, who's kind of listed as a reserve but was in the team last season. Rydog's a new player. He'll be coming along and forming part of the Lions League team. Close start to the game. Close start. So let's go with Foreskin. He was looking to go up and behind. He gets one. Shiloh's still there. So Shiloh's someone that we've become used to in the AGC team. There we go. I forgot I didn't have the desktop audio on. Don't forget to come get involved in the chat if you're watching and just having a look. Share your opinions. Turn that down a little bit. Let us know what the audio settings are like. It can be quite hard to get it with first person shooters because it gets really loud at times and then really quiet at the others. But share your opinion. Let us know what you think. We're with Shiloh on the point. Only the third hard point as he drops the Foreskin. He's going to almost take another one with Paul with a P, but not quite. trying to look for the button that gives us the notification of which player we're watching. So you'll have to excuse me. I appreciate the infantry logo is incorrect before anyone says. I will sort that out. Cali Sticks. Who's rocking Cali Sticks? Sugster, Paul with a P, Cali Sticks as the secondary. Weaver, Shiloh and Rich have the combat knife. I've got to push something, can I? There we go. That's half of what I wanted. There's that. Now I just need the people. There we go. Right, we got everything we need now, I think. You can see the map in the bottom left hand corner of your screen. It should be showing you what's going on. As Paul with a P, maybe? Can we get to him? There we go. So going across mid ground, missed the ladder. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Looks like all the AGC are in on the points, so the gap is starting to open up just a little bit now. Might edge up the game volume just a tad bit. 10% increase. Yeah, okay. Paul with a P is kind of struggling to find anyone at the moment. There we go. As he gets dropped. So now I've lost the news feed. This is the thing with this game. As we see, Rydog's 11 and 4. He's doing the best. 11 and 6. Moxie God. Next one up. The gap's not really reducing, it's kind of maintaining at this current moment in time. So R is what we want to see. Go Rydog, new player, always worth seeing. So that's the map in the bottom left hand corner. How do we get the kill feed up? There we go, K, who'd have thunk it, eh? So Ry's holding it. Point margins coming down to almost 50 points. Not a lot left in it. 6 seconds to go. Foreskin's just been taken out. Let's go to Suggs. So there he is. He's on the par point. It's moved back round to its starting position. 140 to 103. So 35 points the difference at the moment as it goes back to the AGC. Enzy's choking a little bit here, and I know he won't like me saying it, but something about these competitive tournaments with him, and I'm not saying that it's a choke, that's hard, but I think he feels a lot of responsibility and doesn't necessarily play the way he would normally do so. So, obviously bedding into the game, it's only the first one. The point differential's 30 odd at the moment. So we'll go across to the AGC team and just see. Yes, so Neil, cheers for putting it across on the REME Facebook page as well. I'm going to, just whilst he gets deleted, get rid of the away logo just for the time being until I got a chance to sort it. Okay. Paul, now this is really difficult position to approach him from. There's 3 directions generally that you can go in. 45 seconds left on the point, but oh, it's difficult. You can see that's the control player in Paul there, and still not quite up to speed with it, I think, by comparison with these keyboard and mouse plays. But yeah, like I said, that point is particularly difficult to take. So you can see Team REME's got it with 22 seconds to left. The AGC not electing to push it too much. It's outside the door at the moment. Be interesting to see. Yes, so you see Paul's trying to collect players, rotating into the next hard point. Moxie's down below him, but he doesn't see that. Weaver's respawned quite close. Moxie God's gone. REME now in control, 168 to 162 now. It's climbing as we speak. So the past 2 hard points have been virtually all REME, which has been ideal. So contested, there's one. As Paul goes down, it's start seeing some other people pushing quite heavily. See, Enzy's here on the outside. Not playing as aggressively as he perhaps normally would. Certainly at the moment, as a 20-point gap opens up, we're going to have a look at the next rotation. I'd like to see him move early, 12 seconds remaining. Perhaps have that aggressiveness. REME on the deck. So we see here at the moment, there's 3 people as the point is changing. And I get what they're thinking with pinning down the AGC team in that hard point. But that's left 3 on 1 with subs in this next hard point. 3 on 2 now. It's kind of worked out for him. Although NT-Hype's gone, so no, this is where the game's potentially going to go away from him. Is anyone? Can we get on anyone? Okay, REME going in. It's got to be quite a strong push, but the AGC have got it. All 5 men are inside that final hard point. They know if they hold it, then that's going to secure the game for them. So they're more than willing to sit in there with trophy systems. Someone looping around the side there, getting an elimination. I think the Reams have got it now, so next point. Oh, as I believe that was Suggs taken out. I think it's going to close out the game. Approximately 250 to 183. That's how it's going to finish. Alright, good first game. Close. We saw it swing one way and then the next, but that has gone in favour of the AGC. So I can see whether I can sort the away logo now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh. I don't know where that's gone. Center on screen. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Image. Away logo. There we go. There they are. There's the AGC logo. I'm not sure if that's still the AGC logo. I haven't checked ones for this season to see whether any have changed. But we'll go for it with it anyway. There you go. So final score 250 to 183. Let's input the scores. REME 22 for 7 was it? I'm gonna actually click back to that. Oh my god, that is not how it's meant to be. GZ. REME are not 183 nil up. That's my doofus move. There we go. Game 1 home, 183. Yeah, so REME looks like he had a really good game, and we know he can be aggressive. But in these objective-based matches, is he... Oh, there you go. Neil's confirmed that is the AGC logo for this season. Didn't know whether they changed it or not. So let's have a look. Scoreboard from the previous game. So REME, yeah, 25 for 9, 22 for 16, Paul with a P. NZ 19 for 17. It's not often that you see him that close to even Stevens. Moxie Guard 25 to 18. Time on the point, Toxic Baz 2 minute 51. That's an epic amount of time for a hard point. Being on the spot. REME leader was REME with 1 minute 30. So yeah, playing the objective and playing the mid ground he was as well where possible. So decent enough start. So that's the first match down, Ramaza. Hard point. Second one, Arklov Peak, Search and Destroy. Yeah, so I thought I heard someone mention about this from the AGC, and I've just seen this in the chat now from Dan. I know AGC were thinking of changing their logo. See, we're in the process of redoing ours as well. It's almost like something was just put out for the to get us into Lions League Season 1. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. Cali sticks everywhere. Okay, REME are going to start with the bomb. Suggs is the bomb carrier, slipping and sliding everywhere at the moment, as we see. Paul with a P is going to edge down trench side. Suggs smoke out, and needs to get on his belt buckle early doors, but he goes down. Shiloh gets the grenade kill. Enzy's there with his sniper overlooking. Paul's gone as well, so it's 3 on 4. See the foreskins creeping around the back. He's going to get tagged heavy. Now I'm not sure where Shiloh is in this picture. Okay, so the footsteps are going to be heard. You know this. Obviously, that gets silence on. Footsteps are going to be heard. I think that's what might have happened there. It looked like whoever was downstairs in B managed to wrap to the outside, having heard the footsteps. Shiloh's gone. Snipe there from team captain Enzy. Still a lot of work to do. 10 seconds left. I don't think it's really going to be possible. Weaver's behind him. He's going to eliminate him. And there you go. So yeah, if anyone's watching along, I know there's only a few people in the chat at the moment. Feel free to submit your ideas for team name or nickname through in the REME Discord or in the chat if you're that way persuaded, and we can transfer it across. No such thing as a bad idea, they say. I debate that. Okay. Toxic Baz. I haven't seen Toxic play for a while. Seeing Weaver's got 3 eliminations from the last game. Caddy sticks out, giving him that extra mobility. He's got his fade stickers on his weapon. That's a very quick push. 2 are gone though. Rich is operating now wide. Suggs has got one. I hate this sometimes. It just doesn't let you change. There's Suggs. Oh, so close to getting Richard. And who was that? Paul with a P, I think, just came through the door. Or the foreskin, possibly. Dog taking him out. Can we switch to a player, please? And that's squad wipe. That's all they got to do is defuse the bomb. And a fairly balanced approach from the REME team thus far. 2s and 1s all over the place. Good recovery after a very quick push, I think, is what you can say about that one. It looked like they'd been caught off step a little bit, especially when you have Richard wrapping round through the open ground down the right hand side of the map if you're looking from the attacker's perspective. So let's see, it's split 3 and 2 again. 2 over on B. 1 kind of mid-ground, so it's a fairly even split from the AGC. Suggs is the guy pushing in quick. So he smokes down at point B. Is that going to give the game away? I don't know. So you got to be careful, because you got to assume there's someone down here, whether that's just outside the window or Toxic Baz camping the point. As that's Paul with a P, Rydog and Suggs now out. 5 on 2. Enzy's nowhere near the bomb, and he is now the last player remaining. So attacking not going well for the REME guys. A little bit disappointing, but providing people hold their serve, for want of a better phrase, then it will stay a close game. Certainly think on Arklov Peak it's harder to push because distance covering the open ground means you're exposed for longer. Obviously you get into a camping point very early on defending this map. So no, we'll go with the attackers. Always go with the attackers. Probably gives the game away to stream snipers more, but I'm safe in the assumption we don't have stream sniper problems at the moment. So. You can see him as Weather, I think, was trying to second guess whether he could see someone down there. Obviously not getting the name tag pop up like we can see. Smoke goes down, tagged slightly. Like to see a grenade go in, maybe. As REME trades, he gets one, but he loses out. All three of the AGC players now in that middle section. Shiloh moving out, maybe visible. No, he's moved back in. So there's where the smoke goes in. NZ has one down. Paul with a P, supporting. I think he's on the point, if I can... He's behind him, I think. Yes, that's where he is. Yeah, I thought I saw that. I'm going to keep my controller with me so I can pop out into third person mode when necessary. But so the first break of the game sees REME give up the defend as it goes to 3-1. They switch sides one more time. Many more times, but some work to do. Kill wise, not that it really matters in this game mode, but NZ's 4 for 2, 3 for 3 for RYDOG. The AGC side, Toxic Baz has stepped it up. Now 6 for 1, 5 for 2 for Weaver. So that's your kind of kill leaders at the moment. RYDOG pushing round wide, taking his time, sprinting like a lunatic too much. You're going to need to be careful with this Moxie God guy. But he's gone now. Bombs down, so Suggs and NZ are gone. It's 4 on 3, 2 on point B. Is the door open? So the door's not open, so he's got an opportunity to cover the open ground and wrap a little bit. How's he going to approach this? A, I think, is pretty much clear. Shiloh's there, but if he comes around from behind, whatever he's going to do, he needs to do it soon. Weaver's kind of mid-ground, so it's 2 and 2. And call-out's going to go now, so I would fully expect to see, yeah, Shiloh's gone. Got to push in quick. There's only 8 seconds left. I think that's a matter of dwelling on it a little bit too long. As RYDOG's gone, bomb dropped, time runs out for 1 AGC. You can see Toxic Baz for the final couple of eliminations before RYDOG gets him. Okay, so there's a bit of a deficit opening up now. So, work to do. Be interesting to see. Normally you find a team when they're under pressure gets hyper aggressive. Fortunately, this has come at a time when REME are defending, so it's difficult to kind of flex that aggression, I think, as a defending team. You kind of just got to stay put to a certain extent. RYDOG's at the end and he gets an elimination. He takes Moxie God. Bomb is being planted, by the way, as we try and switch. There we go. Suggs, a long wrap round the back. But there's Rich. And he takes him. see who's left. Toxic Baz. It's gone. All on Shiloh. Shiloh. Someone's going to have to tell me. No one's ever clarified for me how to pronounce his name. I'm going with Shiloh. As he just batters through the door. And the bomb's defused. Not a great deal we could do about that with the amount of players he had available to him. He knows how many are still alive on the other team. So... pistol for the foreskin. Let's go to him. He's not the bomb carrier. Suggs has got the bomb again. Moving down the middle, you can see that outline as REME gets dropped up in the top window, possibly just behind the fence there at the far end on B, possibly. Shiloh. Yeah, it's got to be Shiloh, right? I'm sure there's some weird and wonderful pronunciations you can get for people for that name, but I'm sticking with Shiloh. Okay, the foreskin's got one. He's going to get eliminated here. There we go. Unfortunately, didn't see the person set up on high ground. Suggs has planted. However, he's best off keeping eyes on the bomb and sort of playing what's in front of him, I think, to a certain extent. There's one. Moxie God. Toxic Baz gets the elimination. Decent effort. It got down to a one-on-one in the end, but not quite enough. It'll go to 5-2 as AGC get the defuse. Sheila. Shyla. Shyla? Yeah, I don't know. Never actually confirmed it. Anyway, I'm just going to call people whatever it looks like. Okay, not fantastic at this stage of the game, having lost the first hard point in Ramaza. Second game here in Arklov Peak. REME team find themselves 5-2 down. However, the AGC will be extremely happy with what they're seeing so far. As we see Shiloh, working his way through the smoke. Quick push up to B. Teammates follow in. Toxic Baz is there. They'll breach the doors. Slowly at first. Pulver P is waiting. And he manages to get the elim. Tagged up a little bit. But is he aware that Baz is probably still there? He is. However, there's two people in on the point now. Moxie's planting, and it leaves NZ hype. Let's switch over to the team in danger. He's going to have a hell of a clutch. Mind you, it's only two players. So, at this level of competitive, it shouldn't be impossible. He checks his corner. He's got 28 seconds. Bomb defuse on this is what, 5? Correct me if I'm wrong. 5 seconds, I believe, is the defuse time. He's going to go upstairs. So he got his Deddy. Right, Deddy is active. Smart move. Doesn't want to make the sound of the door. A little bit of a do-si-do. Unfortunate. 6-2 is how it goes. 2-0 to the AGC. Plenty of work to do from the REME side of this 6-game series. My controller down. Controller's falling over. Okay. Okay, score-wise, 8 for 5. NZ is quite close to RyeDog, 7 for 5. Sep Rye had a couple of defuses. Good team play there. Toxic Baz, 10 for 4 with a defuse. And then Moxie God, 10 for 6. So that's your kind of standout players in the second game. all about those diffuses as we go in and update the scores. REME taking 2 of the rounds and AGC walking away with the 6, giving them the victory. So after 2 games, we see that AGC are 2-0 up, taking the first hard point and search and destroy game. Next up, I believe, is Gunrunner in Domination. Honest opinion, horrible map. I don't like it. Personal opinion, I don't like how congested B is. I think it's a bit chaotic. Me personally, I don't know a sensible tactic to approach, whether there's a great deal of tactics to be played in this map or whether it is just hyper aggressive, keep eliminating your opponent, try and prevent the spawns from flipping, because of the nature where the points are being sort of offset to one side on the map. I think having a spawn flip doesn't benefit you at all, especially I would say probably the preference is to start around about A on the A site, but I don't know, I just really don't like this map. I was watching the Scrim, the first Lions League game last night, and they were saying they quite enjoyed it. Now I'm not on board with that, I'm afraid. Domination probably my least favourite of the game modes, but let's watch it. It's going to be a bit of chaos. It also feels like the kind of game mode where it can be quite self-serving, because obviously eliminations is a benefit in this game. It's not really playing, it is playing an objective, but you get eliminations as a result of playing the objective. See Suggs and Rye trying to close down B early doors. Got point C. And reducing the AGC effectiveness on the point. Managed to put himself on a couple. Has old Brad, Mr. Sugster, however he goes down. Let's go. Oh, for goodness sakes, I haven't clicked across, have I? There we go. 4. Rydog is on B, and he's got it nipped. Scores 9 for 9 at the moment. Don't necessarily agree with vacating B there. I know what he's trying to do, try and dominate grid square. Now if he'd have wrapped quicker, then perhaps that might have been worth it. But he kind of launched himself down into that difficult area. There's no need to be pushing this deep into the map. We'll stick with it just to see what he's kind of thinking is behind here. I know he saw someone back down here, but in all likelihood they've pushed up through the woods. So he's electing to switch the point, and I can kind of get it in terms of I think A is the preferential point for pushing into B. Gets away from the grenade. It's good movement there actually to move around the point and get up behind him. But the fact is, B is now no longer under REME control. He's coming though. Quick hop, skip and jump. He has to take it out. See B and C now flipping into AGC hands early on in the game, 38 to 23. It's a site where everyone is. So everyone, yeah, kind of massive focusing in on B, but you can see everyone's gravitating towards that area. These balls, I don't know what that was. As who are we with? Right, we stuck with Rye for quite a while. I'm sorry if this, like, I don't know, we had a couple of AGC or AGC person in here, but it will be quite really heavy in terms of the footage. Trying to get a better look at some of the players. a couple of players that haven't played in a scrim before. But let's not mistake, it is essentially just any other type of game. Just with a little bit of added pressure. Is the pressure going to tell on anyone? Rydog, very modest 6-3 at the moment. However, he's got 4 captures, I believe. It's captures or defends? Pretty sure that's captures. But modest scores all round, to be fair. As Enzy gets eliminated. No one particularly running away with it. Moxie and the Foreskin got 11 apiece. The Foreskin gets taken out. Enzy's got 12. And Moxie, I tell you what, just because he's on a 5 streak. So no score streaks in effect in this game mode. And I'll tell you what, this streak's building up across the board for the REME side at the moment. 4-2, 1-4-1. Interesting. Oh no, sorry, that's what am I talking about? I was not looking at the tallied system. 3 for the Foreskin at the moment. It's the only active streak on the REME side. Popped his dead silence, give him that extra mobility boost, make him quiet. Toxic Baz is round there. I think Toxic's going to get him. Yeah, kind of looked over his shoulder all the time. Chris Glendenning throwing his opinion in. AGC is going to win this overall. Well, with a 2-0 lead in a 6-game series, you would expect it. However, if this is to switch round to 2-1 in this game, you see there's only 7 points in it as it's reaching half time. Yeah, you never know. So 77 to 86 at the half time point. Remember, there's 2 halves played in Call of Duty League rules domination matches. So that's the first half, and then it will move into the second, where teams will start their spawn at the opposite end of the map. In case you aren't familiar with the format, I know a lot of people will know exactly what the format is of these games, whether that be from having watched professional games in the Call of Duty League style, or whether that be from having seen one of these streams or on eSports streams before. Subtle difference with this scrim match is instead of being played over 5 matches, it's being played over 6. So we've had a hard point, search and destroy, and now this is the domination. We'll then go around to repeat those game types for another 3 games. So the possibility of a draw exists, unlike normal games where it's extremely unlikely. Dan Hollick's subbing in a minute. I take it from the undertones of that comment that he doesn't fancy himself to be the best player on this team, or one of the best players on this team. We've seen Toxic Baz before, we've seen Weaver before, we've seen Shiloh before. We have seen Richard. I'm pretty sure we've seen Richard before, and Moxie God, obviously. So this is a very consistent team that the AGC have pushed out, to be fair. Throughout, starting this whole eSports thing, it started back in March/April. Probably the most consistent team of everyone. See, the REME team, I think there's only one that probably exists from the first match, the first streamed match. Okay, Suggs trying to push that point on B, and that's unfortunate timing to break into a sprint. Such unfortunate timing to break into a sprint. Here's Baz, he's on 3. Moxie's on 3 as well. Enzy takes him out. See if Moxie gets his streak cancelled. No. I love how Call of Duty just doesn't like playing. No, his streak is gone. Enzy's the only one building a streak at the moment. This is an opportunity potentially to put some points on the board by keeping B for a sustained period of time. Just need to be careful that... Okay. He's in danger now. As NZ takes a couple, he needs to get on that belt buckle. He takes Shiloh. 3 in a row. Pops him. Now he just needs to get his health recovered and hold that point. It's worth holding off to the side and wait for someone to push it. Toxic is going to come through this door. NZ's anticipating the push. Points wise, we're now closing to 13 points is the difference. And he's going to get done here. No, he's not. He keeps it going. 8 as finally Weaver ends the streak of what was A, but Ride Dog's now picking up the mantle as he takes Baz. He's got 2 coming at him. Went for Shiloh when Weaver was just behind the coal stack on the right hand side. Coal stack building. Debatable. The guy pushes in again, Suggs, but there's someone looping behind. Moxie is I don't know what I've hit there. I've hit something that's got rid of all the overlays. You hate to see that. Okay. I've pushed a button, so we don't even know who we're looking at anymore. That's not ideal. Alright, we've got names back. Oh, what have I pushed? You hate to see that, because we can't even see what the score is. We'll find out at the end of the map. This is called creating suspense, this is. I totally meant to push this button, whatever it is that I've pressed. Oh, NZ dropped like a bad habit. That we did see. I think this is probably going to go in favour of AGC. And having broken the game, Toxic Baz gets the last elimination there. Allegiance do win 179 to 146. Kill wise, NZ 30 for 5, 9 defends. 31 for 16 is Moxie God's total with 5 defends also. 7 defends from Shiloh. Yeah. Fairly balanced. 179 to 146. I think the teams are going to change around a little bit now. 179 to 146. Okay, so there's your confirmation. That is 3-0 to the AGC, 183 for the REME to 250 and Ramar's a hard point. 6-2 was the score in Search and Destroy on our club peak in favour of the AGC, and then 179 to 146 in that last match. Domination in Gunrunner. Next game is going to be Azir Cave in hard point. I am literally just going to go grab a drink of water and we will be back with you.
time is wasting all my time. I see through those eyes into that filthy mind. You take all my pride.
Right, okay, refreshments achieved. Of course I wasn't getting a drink of water, let's not be stupid. Yes, Ian Fowler in the chat, you are correct to a certain extent. Getting destroyed. The game's Still Horse Riding Club. How do we get those graphics whilst live? What graphics are you specifically talking about? Still Horse Riding Club. Are you on about the spinny Lions League logo in the middle? Are you on about the updatable scores? But yes, Ian Fowler, yeah, there is a certain level of destruction going on here. I don't think it's too bad. If you look at some of the games where REME have played before, it's been a very slow start, and 250 to 83 in the first game's not too bad. The one up now. Okay, so just to give context on the overlays that I use, these are created, the main overlay, so I'll show you now, is, find it, scorecard, disappears. Okay, so that is created on a program called Blender, which is a 3D modeling program, and then I render the image. Or this is actually a 3-second video played on repeat where the Lions League logo spins. The scores themselves are added in through the streaming program I use, Streamlabs, Streamlabs OBS, and you just add a series of text sources, and mine I then have game 1 home, game 1 away, game 2 home, game 2 away, so on and so forth for all 6 games. So I can then during the stream go down, click into them, and obviously adjust what's appearing in terms of the scores. That's how I do it. So you have the main rear overlay, which is the main picture, and then the scores are completely separate and updatable during the game. Essentially is what it is. You could do the same thing on OBS Live. If you use OBS Live, you can do exactly the same thing. They're the only 2 streaming programs I've used, so yeah, it's quite easy to do. You just need to make sure you give them the right names, put them in the right order, so when you're actually streaming it's easy just to scroll down. Yes, I am streaming through a PC, but I did used to play on console, and then I used the game capture card and a laptop to stream it. To be fair, streaming isn't very hard on a laptop, so if you've got a okay-ish one, even just a bog standard run-of-the-mill 3-year-old laptop, that'll do it. But you obviously need a game capture card. Pick up for anywhere between £40 and £160, depending on whether it's new or old. You are welcome. So yes, 3-0, the first game Ramaza. So I'm not too concerned about that. The search and destroy is a little bit disappointing. I think the guys will be disappointed with that score, for the margin to be as big as it was. And then Gun Runner there was probably about 20 seconds of bad play, which we didn't get to see a lot of because I'm no good at streaming domination and picking the right players to be watching. I think there's about 20 seconds of bad play there that's kind of cost them and opened up that initial gap. And then trying to close 30 points in domination or 20 points can be really, really difficult if things aren't going your way. I think everyone can relate to that, where you just feel like the game's just unobtainable to bring back into your control. It requires a massive effort to kind of get things back on your side. Looking at the team wise, I see 4 from Team REME. Dima, Enzi, Rydog and Paul with a piece of Suggs has dropped out, as has the Foreskin. Was that his name, I believe? So they'll drop out, replaced by Dima's one of them. Still waiting to see who the 5th player for the REME team will be that comes in. So yeah, and then you can see up there the list of games that we've got coming up. Azir Cave is the next one on Hardpoint, Search in Piccadilly, and then we'll finish off with Domination and Hackney Yard. So this is the second rotation of games coming in now. Still waiting for one more REME guy to come in. Lecky has come in for the AGC, as has Daniel HLUFC. Daniel HLUFC. I'm just going to call you Daniel, I'm afraid. Richard's still there, Weaver's still there, Toxic Baz and Moxie God. Shiloh comes into the Codcaster role for the AGC. So they've got a full team in. We are just waiting on one other person from the REME. Get our eyes on Discord. Wizard Gary. At Wizard Gary, where you at? I'm assuming Wizard Gary is... I think that is the foreskin who was still playing. So maybe just a singular change is all that's going to happen here for the REME team. So I'll leave it on here to wait and see if someone's going to load in. Otherwise, a short notice replacement, I'm sure, will be sourced. I'm sure there's many of you waiting in the wings from the REME side to come and get involved, should the need arise. The game is set up and ready to go. Hardpoint Azir Cave. First two hard points on this, I'm sorry, are like insanely crucial, because there's such a small rotation from hardpoint 1 to hardpoint 2 that if you can get that right, then you're well away. Cruisy wings. Okay, could this be? I'm not sure. He's gone into... Has he disappeared again? Yeah, I think he's disappeared. Don't think that's who we're waiting for. But yeah, the first two hard points, crucial. If you could secure down the first one and get a decent movement onto the second one, you can end up almost, you know, 30, 40 points clear after two hard points. The third one's then kind of a medium to long rotation, and then I'll find the third to fourth from the outdoor, what they call the soccer pitches out in the open ground, all the way back inside the caves. That fourth rotation, if you don't get that right, then the game can run away. So if you get the first two wrong, and then the third one wrong, and the fourth one wrong, you can end up with almost no points if you don't get it right. It can get away from you so quickly on this map. So quickly. And I've seen it quite a few times with really good sides that just, it hasn't clicked right from the off. Having a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moxie, Baz, Weaver, Richard, Daniel, Lecky. So we're still missing one player from the REME side here. So someone's just dropped out. Rydog, Paul V, Deems, don't tell me we're having connection issues now. I was expecting it to be Paul with a P that has the trash Wi-Fi that keeps dropping out, but on this occasion it's not. So we are just waiting for people to load in. I'm going to keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I think Deems might just be resetting. Or not. Maybe they're just going to go with 3. Who knows? So yeah, there's a point to note on point, hot point number 2. You'll notice it, and we'll try and get a focus in on it. There is a point just to the side of the hard point that's kind of outside of the square inside the cave. You know, if you've played the game mode before, where you can sit and you can actually occupy the hard point, and providing someone's covering you up to the elevated position on your left, then you can sit there quite comfortably and at least either hold the hard point or dispute it. So it's about gathering around that rear side of the cave, I suppose, the northeast corner as you look at the map in what is conventionally shown. Right, so the foreskin's back. Just waiting for Deems now, I believe. And then point 3, if you ask me, hard point 3 on this map is completely flip a coin. It just depends how many people you got moving in simultaneously on that one. So if anything, it's an RNG map. If I was to call it anything, an absolute RNG map. Still waiting for one. Very early stream tonight, so thank you very much for coming along, everyone who's elected to come along and watch. Obviously 6:30, not the conventional timing for these sort of things. Here is Dima. Had a good old reset. Oh, has he disappeared again? No, he isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 people will be codcasting for the AGC. That gives us a full lobby, and hopefully we should be ready to go. So let's get in the chats, get some support in here, because I know the team will be watching this back later on for training and sort of analyse their performance. Put your comment in, whatever you want it to be. They may not be watching what you're putting at the moment, but they'll certainly see it when they watch it back later. So if you want to give them any kind of encouragement or the opposite of encouragement, whatever way you're persuaded to go on that one, put something in the chat. We should hopefully be kicking off any second now. I can't see any reason not to be, apart from the 7 people in the Allegiance team. Come on, gents, get out of the team, get into the Codcaster role, and let's get this show on the road. One, two, we haven't lost another one, have we? Dima, Rydog. Oh, you've got to be. Oh no, he's back. The foreskin. There we go. We will get there. An hour for 3 games. Come on, people. Normally have this nipped in an hour and a half. Short and sharp. As here we go. Everyone's flicking around into their respective roles. Kind of. There we go. Shiloh's in. I've got to lose one more from your team, AGC. And I think I think he's in coalition. Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious me, Governor. There we go. All right. Moxie's come out the team, so the AGC team starts. The AGC team to start is Toxic Baz, Weaver, Daniel comes in, Richard, and Lecky comes in.
I have friends that annoy me, so.
Then, have we just lost another player? For goodness sakes, NZ, Dima, Rydog, Paul with a P, that's gotta be joking me. What is up with people's connection issues? Yes, let's go, REME. Chris Glendenning's got the right idea. All we need to do is have 5 players, and that might start to solve the problem. Is he back again? Okay, he's back. Alright, the foreskin, get into the team and let's go. What kind of absolute trash block Wi-Fi are we running here? There we go. 5 for 5.
Are they host, are they?
We are
Is
waiting
that
for
Shahilo
host.
their fucking captain, is he?
Let's just mute them off the stream for the time being. There we go. Beeping in. Finally, after that short interlude, we're going to come on. Yep, let's get support in the chat. Come on, this is what it's all about. You have to apologise for my squeaky chair. It needs a damn good oiling. I can actually sit back a little bit. I hate how my microphone sort of changes from time to time about how sensitive it wants to be, how loud it wants to be. Any other streamer will know the same. Right, okay. Let's get the overlays correct. That's not what we want. That's what we want. And then we want K for kill. That's map. There we go. We'll nameplate. How'd you get the nameplate up? Right. Right, we've lost a player again. There we go. Right, that's better. Finally. So yeah, we're operating on 4 on 5, so it's going to be interesting to see which way this goes. See, the AGC team has already moved to the next point. REME's got the ever so slight advantage of 4 points, but they're dug in pretty strong here. See, Daniel, NZ captures the length of him, grenade goes out. Gets at least the tag. No, he gets the full elimination on Daniel and Richard. But he's going to have to be a man possessed in here because they're a man down. Don't know whether they've realised that they're a man down, but they are a man down. I think they've just elected to plough on with it, to be brutally honest. As NZ's probably going to get dropped here from his right hand side, which he does. Deems now. Okay, he's finally loaded in now. The foreskin is with us. Let's go to him, if we can do. And here he is. Right, okay, we are back up to equal teams. They're moving already to the half point. Dropped as Richard gets the foreskin. Oh my god, it's just so bad. Why do people have to pick those sort of names? You know, I can get eat my pant. I can. But why make me say it? The foreskin. Why? So the foreskin's playing mid ground. He's missed his shot there. Lecky drops him. Enzi's building a streak and is at the moment that vital bit of consistency for this team that's required. The scores are realigning, so it's going to be 69 to 69 momentarily. With Enzi. So disputed hard point, but manages to get that clear. 7 seconds left, and we're moving. And we've lost him. I don't know what trash block Wi-Fi he's on. Deems the point has moved, my friend. Caught napping there, and this is going to cost him big time. I told you, this is where the game starts to go away from you. I may not be able to play the game like a boss, but what I can tell you is, having seen it many times before, this is the point where the game goes away. 10 points is the difference. They're playing with 4 on 5. Trophy system goes out. Gets another one, does NZ. Sorry, Paul with a P. Just to clarify. Paul with a G, it's Paul with a P. Deans. NZ get a couple of eliminations between them. In fact, no, NZ took all of them. Greedy, greedy man. So Reams are now in the lead, even though they've only got 4 players. Deem's getting taken out. Let's hope the spawn doesn't reset him too far. Cali sticks out for NZ as nade goes in. Firing into the clouds is NZ. Supported there by whoever's on his left. Is that Deems and Paul? So they're moving forward as a cohesive unit. He's just going for the shots through this, what is non-bulletproof material. He's going to come unstuck here. NZ pushed into the open a little bit too quickly. But the score is good, as the hard point's now going to reset. Oh, and NZ's going to get reset. It's going to be ironic if the first... Yeah, he is lagging bad. It's going to be ironic if the first... oh, he's back. That's weird. I've never seen anyone being able to load back into the same game again. I don't know, it's odd. Assuming it's a private party. What are we watching here? It only tells me who I'm watching. Oh, Rydog. He just walked over one of the AGC lot. Like, literally walked over him. What is going on in this game? It's bizarre. But anyway, the score is 23-point differential. The Foreskins playing the open ground. I'm not sure why he's playing around there though. Foreskin, get up to the northern section of the map, you lunatic. 2 seconds left on the point. It's going to rotate. And I think the Reams are going to be caught with something round their ankles at the moment. Okay. Up behind Rydog here. He doesn't notice there is someone up on that elevated ground. Good reactions there. Spotted him at the last second. That's the guy I was on about. As Weaver spawns in a very fortunate position. That's... You hate to see that. Couldn't have asked for a better spawn. As the scores now even up. EOD protects him there for a second. Toxic Baz is taken out. But I feel like this is too little too late in terms of there's no one pushing over to the other hard point. You can see from the outlines, the red outlines in the distance, the AGC team are already fully camped in, so they're going to need to press this quite hard. Change as NZ goes down. Rydog gets one, the Foreskins tagged. Here comes Dames. Securing the point. 191 to 181. This is an insanely close game. A lot closer than we thought, based upon the fact that, you know, obviously REME lost a player for the vast majority of this game. Hopefully his connection issues are behind him. I'll be honest, I would personally replace him. He hasn't seen someone just inside there. He does now. He goes down. There's 10 seconds left. Who's moving for the next hard point? Should be everyone now. Nice by Deans. See the Foreskin coming through mid-ground. Seems a lot more stable now. On. Baz gets one there. Running down the kill scores as we go over to Deans. No one in the positive from the AGC team on this occasion. 35 for 14 for Rydog, playing like an absolute monster. Was on a 9 streak as it finishes. 250 to 181. see the evidence of RyeDog getting 4 there on the trot. 2 minutes 2 on the point as well. 2 minutes 18 for Toxic Baz, 10 for 20. So that's the first point on the board for the REME Stallions, REME Lightning, REME Stallions, I don't know, REME eSports. That'll do for now. 3-1. As we go to the scorecard, it feels nice to be able to put a winning score in. I did tell the guys before the game, make sure you win, because I don't like tapping in scores that, you know, show them to be losing. So yeah, 3-1. Be interesting to see whether any substitutions get made based upon people's connection in that game. Obvious one is for the foreskin. However, if it sorted itself out, hopefully should be good. Next match, Piccadilly, Search and Destroy, and this is a total Marmite map. Unfortunately, we're loading straight in. Total Marmite map, whether you like it or not. I think because the application of snipers, some of the high ground, some good camping spots, it's not very good to attack unless you are hyper aggressive, and generally you go hyper aggressive on point A. So there it is. The worst thing you can do on this map is to let your push stagnate. So it almost happens every time you go around B. You kind of just stagnate off. So this is the way they're going this time. So you're going to get, by default, someone's going to go up on scaffold. It's going to have a peer through. You see they're quite heavily camped in. There's 3 on B. Weaver gets the first elimination with RyeDog. As the call will come out, he's in the arches. Blah, 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 blah. As he takes the foreskin as well, that's going to leave 3 players. Now, he can see him, can old NZ here. So he tags him up. He'll be telling Paul. He's just round the corner. See, good moving of position there from Weaver. Bless me. Yeah. And this is what I'm on about on this map, that if you don't move quick, you will stagnate. And that's going to leave Deems as the last man alive, if it will let us go to him. He's heavily under pressure. And he's gone. See Daniel with the final kill. There's nowhere else to hide really, apart from there. So not a lot of places he could have gone. And as soon as he started getting tagged, he had no choice but to come out from behind cover. Let's see if the AGC face the same problem. I'm very much on this map that you need to push quickly and you need to push towards A. It might become a bit predictable, but let's talk. And this is what I'm on about. Straight down, hide behind the bomb, get planted. The fountain protects you from being sniped from the spawn end of the map. You get it down, you can sacrifice your life. That's not that much of an issue. See, foreskin, RyeDog, all with a P are gone. Deema's gone. And that leaves Enzi alone on the high ground. And he'll just go for an elimination. 2-0. What is normally a solid game mode for the REME guys has not panned out tonight. I think there was a level of focus going in on hardpoint and domination because they were map modes that they weren't particularly getting a lot of success with. I'm trying to think of diplomatic words. Not going to say they weren't good at them, but they weren't winning games of them. So I know hardpoint and domination has been focused on a lot more. Search and Destroy is very much more a fun type of game mode, very toxic type of game mode. Right, So, REME got to be careful here because there are a couple of people in close vicinity to him. Tucked right down the back of the map there is Daniel. As Weaver, as Deems goes down, the bomb is now mid-buses. Anything but ideal. No, there's Daniel over there, so I'm not sure who's at the back of the map. Weaver's gone. Perhaps get a few eliminations first before attempting to push any further. The foreskin's been taken out by FarouqDubz. Cool will come out of where he is now through the arcades, and REME obviously has no idea. One of the most frustrating things on this, seeing where people move and going, he's behind you, he's behind you, but there he is. He's moved all the way up there now. REME pull with a P against FarouqDubz and Daniel. It's a 1v1 now. And he hasn't seen Daniel over on his left-hand side there, I don't think. And he's just going to get wiped. Unless he can get around that corner. No. Can he? No. Time expires. Doesn't get the elimination. Message retracted. What did you say, Chris, that was so terribly offensive that either you had to retract it or YouTube had to retract it? It can't have been that bad, surely. Okay. Bomb pushers. FarouqDubz. 3-0 to score. Now we flip round in AGC. We'll have 3 rounds of carrying the bomb. Let's go to Paul. So he's got all 4 of the AGC team that are left inside. He doesn't know that though. So, sensible timing as he gets one. Who was that? FarouqDubz taken out by Paul with a P and the grenade. Some connection issues there for Daniel Lecky. For Richard, I think that was. As Lecky gets taken out. There goes the smoke and Daniel pushing. Paul will take the high ground. And it is very difficult. This is why this map is Marmite. Absolute Marmite. One group is playing as a team and winning they deserve. The other group is playing as individuals. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, well, obviously by that estimation, you got the AGC team are quite... They made a couple of changes at half time. And they are very much playing as a team. I think it's this map that does it to you. So you always send one over one direction, the other 4 will push the other way. It's very difficult. I don't get why people push B on this map. Why would you even bother? It's too difficult. You've got so much distance to cover. There's so many vantage points from the defending side. I don't get why you would ever push B. You may wrap round the B side to push through to A. You could possibly see that, but I just think you can push A at such a pace, on this map that it's got to be a no-brainer. We have lost someone from the AGC team. However, I think by Lions League rules, he will just have to reconnect. Because we're beyond the 4th game. Okay, so REME shooting the wall. 3-1 now. FarouqDubz is your last man remaining. Can we get over to him? Because he is coming. Coming through buses. He hasn't seen Paul lying down on the ground there. And there you go. Not sure who got that final elimination, but stars starting to align, I feel like. I'm not going to show AGC any sympathy because for the first 2/3 of the previous game, the REME guys were playing with only 4 players. So these things do happen. I think he will have the opportunity to load back in if he can get restarted. There we go. Yep, so we're back to 5v5 now. Should we sit up here? Should we sit for a little bit of third person? We don't do this often. I say third person. There they are. So, yeah, all 5 gone across to B. REME doesn't know that he's about to get done big time. Oh, no, he gets him. Takes a quick fire. Double does REME on Daniel and Weaver. Leaves Lecky and Toxic Baz. And here is Toxic. Also got Richard out there somewhere. Wait, I know it's not Richard, but I don't know. Ress. Richie Ress? Just call him Richard. Can't be bothered to figure out that name. 27 seconds left. 4 on 2 as Baz starts the plant now. And there you go, he's gone. Squad wipe, which means that's going to be a REME defuse. Obviously, from my point of view, you love to see it. However, it has gone with the defending team on every single one of these matches. So, tells you everything you need to know about the Piccadilly map. Where teams are quite evenly matched, it does tend to go with the defending side. So obviously AGC have the advantage that if they are to defend all 3 maps now, that they'll win this game. And we see Rich has gone to the back of the map. Taking it slowly, so no one's been eliminated from either team as yet. Oh, except Enzy and Paul who get turned inside out. 3 on 3 now. Oh, lucky that's a little bit wayward from the foreskin. Not sure who's got the bomb. So Deems hasn't. Normally Deems has the bomb. Oh, it's the guy we're on board with. My God. I know we've only been going for an hour and 26 minutes, but this is where your brain starts to get cooked. Right, so Lecky is going to round this corner. He knows someone's waiting for him. Now, it's just whether he notices him below the car. Oh, he's just turned around at the wrong time. Right. Rich is going to come around the other corner now. It's 2 on 2. No, so that's 1. Lecky's going to take him, which means Deems, who I'm assuming is up in the high ground, is going to get him. They was lucky there, though, because those rounds were going above the guy's head. I think you can see it here. And he managed to get forward a little bit further. Might have missed those shots. 4-3. So there we go. We get the first planted win, I think. Yeah. Weaver takes first blow. REME hops out round the corner, takes Weaver. 2 down, 3 down on the REME side. That's going to leave Enzy. This has been a very rapid push. Things can start to get away from them very quickly here if they're not careful. Steady goes on, I believe. Right, so Lecky is there. He's seen Enzy. You can see him wrapping round now. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to need to do it quick. So there's 1. There's 2. That's squad wipe. But he's not going to have an opportunity to defuse the bomb. stands his ground and retains his streak. 4-4. Close game, a lot closer than the first search and destroy game. So this will be suiting not suiting the REME guys. This will be making them feel a lot better after getting virtually whitewashed in the first search and destroy game. Oh, my headset's starting to die. Okay, Rydog. Around the corner, rapid push. Okay, so it's kind of going 1 for 1. Maybe I've been imagining things until now. Toxic is on the point. 2 on 3. He was that close, they could have probably smelt him. Now, did he spot him there? I think he has done. So hard when you're watching from our perspective and you can see the outlines. You're like, surely he must have seen him. Enzy is trying and has got an elimination, but he's dropped. Rydog has got some serious clutching to do. And that's where it goes. So it is game point now, or match point as they'll call it here, but it is also game point. Because if AGC do take this game, that means it's an unassailable lead. They'll have 4. They can't lose. At the moment, it's still open to a draw. But by all estimations, like I say, it's all been with the defending teams. No one has successfully planted the bomb, I think. Apart from the last round, I don't know. I've lost track. I think we've had one successful plant, and that was by AGC. Lecky and Richard very early on, and the only people left. Enzy gets dropped. That leaves Lecky. Quite happy to wait it out for a little while and allow the opposition to reveal themselves. Although I'm going to imagine someone's watching through the buses. I would imagine it's not allowing me to change player. Rydog, and there you go. Someone on height. Paul with a P has got Overwatch. They know he's in the vicinity of A, although he is starting to wrap to B. Trying to find the bomb, maybe. The bomb is on A. And Rydog gets the final elimination. 5-all to keep the game alive. And I don't know whether this... I don't know if this has been set up correctly. There are specific settings that should mean that this isn't the final round. So if the AGC was to go 6-5 up, this is odd. Okay, so AGC were attempting to plant the last round, and now they've been given this round as well. It's very odd. Rydog gets first blood, but then gets taken out himself after eliminating Lecky. Paul sees and is a little bit late to react to Rich up on height. Grenade goes out, but that's nowhere near where he is. Dead silence goes on. He's going to go for a quick push. There's 2 people left up against 4 reams. Enzy, is he going to be able to creep round? Toxic Baz is there as well. No rush for anything at the moment. There we go. In theory, I think if this was a Lions League game, it would continue until you were clear by 2 points. However, it is just luck of the rotation and who it picks to do what, because it finishes 6-5. There you go. Brought it back, having been 3-0 down. It's now 3-2.
Ew.
Alright, there we go. There's confirmation of your scores in that last game. FarouqDubz was 11 for 9. No, one defuse. That was NZ Hype. So it is 3-2 in favour of the AGC. Going into the final game, those scores are all skew-wiffle over the place here. See if we can adjust that. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button to find out every time we go live. Hit the notification bell. You'll get that notification in your phone notification feed thing. Be sure to do that. Be very much appreciated. But here you go. Final game. It will be Hackney Yard and Domination. This is going to be hoofing. I think we all know it's going to be hoofing. But Celebi. In fact, I'm going to try and mess around with a couple of bits. And see if I can't get it. I'm going to leave it on... who do we want to see? So I'm going to leave it on the foreskin, because I think that's someone that the team want to have a look at. Let's put the logo down there. See, foreskin, he's got elimination. He's not been eliminated himself yet. Looks like it's heavy push into B from the AGC guys from the low ground. FarouqDubz go around the corner and get eliminated. Figure out what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, and then get these. Maybe put that up there. There we go. I think that's better. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's focus on the match, because we've allowed it to bed in for a little bit. 37 to 19, 39 to 20 now in favour of the REME team. NZ Hype's on point B. As we sit there and we watch him. 4 for 2 for the foreskin. 10 for 4 for Rydog. Why is he being such a horrible human being? He's on a 4 streak at the moment. NZ's on 5. No, I haven't. as to welcome to the 6 viewers on the REME YouTube channel. Much appreciated, as RyeDog's lucky to escape with his life there. Grenade almost wipes him out. Operating around that top part of B, gets one, gets taken out by another who was Rich. Daniel is now on B, securing the point for the AGC. There's a 30-point deficit in it at the moment. Now, we saw in the last domination game when that sort of score level opened up against the REME team, they found it difficult to recover from it. Whatever NZ Hype's doing, I think connection issue? No. He stood still. You can't wait on their laurels too long. Daniel's round the corner, he's got to know he's there. 2 of them there waiting for him. And NZ Hype coming unstuck. The score is getting closer. It's now down to 20. They need to push in. Deems gets taken out by Toxic Baz, as does NZ Hype. Weaver and Toxic Baz taking each other out. Tripping over each other. Paul does the ugly job in this game mode. And I find Tackleberry does it as well in the domination games, that sitting back on their own point, edging forward to here, getting a couple of clicks on people. See a long kill there by Paul on Moxie God. Just doing the really ugly part of the game, which is really boring. Nobody wants to do it, but someone has to do it, and that's just to protect your spawns from flipping. Not going to watch him for too long though, because it's not very interesting, I'm not going to lie. Foreskin pushed all the way through beyond mid-ground. RyeDog going to have his work cut out. The scores are going to come very, very close. It's 86 to 75, so 87 to 77, 10-point deficit in favour of REME team. So that's the end of the first half. Remember, we've still got second half to go. It's the final round of the final game, and if REME can keep the advantage as it is now, they'll draw the game level. I don't know whether they're going to play a decider. I suspect they'll just leave it a 3-all because of how long overall this game has taken. Deems is in. RyeDog finishes off 26 for 8. I mean, he's only been playing with this team for a very short period of time, so bedding in well already. Toxic Baz is watching. NZ Hype taken out upstairs by Weaver. And that score's closing all the time. Now, whether they want to try and push their opposition spawn, maybe just to unbalance them a little bit, I don't know, but certainly they're going to have to do something, because at the moment the score is closing and this game is going to go away from them very quickly. Oh, ouch. Hate to see that. NZ and RyeDog, I think, are upstairs. Toxic Baz, who's 10 for 16, so kill-wise, again, not one positive from the AGC. However, they are about to take the lead in this game. Daniel's round the corner, he's not going to see him there, RyeDog, potentially. Switches round, he's got someone behind him though. Or does he know? Goes one. He's not going to see him on his left. He does see him though. And that's the one I'm on about, that was directly behind him. As the score builds still. I almost feel like they're going to have to sooner or later, and they have. They've kind of pulled Paul further forward provide that extra layer of protection, but Moxie takes him. And I suppose that's one of the tactics, you know, if you eliminate the person who normally guards the home site, if you can identify that as the opposition team, then you can look at that and go, right, their home site is unprotected now, as Paul is now pushing on to B to try and recover that. NZ's flip the spawns. He's going to have to get moving now. Perhaps in all that chaos and confusion, might be able to get somewhere. It's hard. I think they were almost expecting the spawns to flip back then. Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat for a while. I don't know why they left A alone. The easiest, better spawn. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. So A spawn on this, the length of time it takes you to get onto B from A, you're right, is much shorter. And the spawn, I never realised this, the spawn box is a lot smaller than what you can get at C in terms of the rough area you will spawn. Hard to explain, but those who are listening will understand what I'm saying. The spawn area is bigger on C, so you can end up further away from the B site than you can on A. Basically, long and short of it. As we see, Paul with a P. Okay, now's the time. There's a minute left. Whatever happens needs to happen now. As the sticks do not pay off on that occasion. Rydog is now on the point, and it is. They haven't got A or C. They've lost. Someone's got to. Right, someone's gone to get A. He has to know that someone else is going to arrive through that door. Has to know. Oh, do you know what? He's desperately hanging on to this. This is, if they can hold these 2 points, it's going to be an absolute photo finish. Oh dear, that's going to hurt. So he gets away with that. Oh dear. Oh, and he chucks it back at him. But I don't think it's going to be enough, to be honest, as B's getting decreased now, yeah. It was close. It was a valiant fight back. However, it hasn't paid off. As we go to final on 173 in favour of the AGC to 155. And there's confirmation. Enzi getting dumpstered right at the end. 21 for 16, 39 for 17 for Rydog. 5 defends. 20 for 21. Weaver, 3 defends. 7 defends for Baz. Obviously, he spent the amount of time he did on point B. So let's update the score. Okay, home was, I did write it down, 155 to 173. And that's the way we finish for tonight's game. 4-2 in favour of the AGC. By and large, deserved. It was a very close game. Closer than it normally is. So positives to take, yeah, definitely. Good learning experience. We've got to see a few new faces. Certainly from Scrim point of view, I don't think we've seen Rydog before. And obviously the foreskin who had connection issues. James McDonald, he's found the puke emoji. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is leading up to keep you guys informed. The first game, Lions League, we don't know whether it will be restreamed on the REME channel yet. That will be next Thursday, but keep an eye out on the Discord for any updates on when the page is going live or any upcoming scrims. Remember to come get yourself involved. There are still areas to play for. Whilst there is no B team in Lions League this season, that doesn't mean there won't be team events that we're looking to run. So if you're looking to get involved and you want to play as part of the A team or their team, not necessarily A team or B team, but A team, let us know. You can contact either myself, FarouqDubz, NZ Hype, or Westy, also known as Undead Army, I believe it is, on Discord. Be sure to come get in contact and keep watching. It's good to have people watching along and sort of chatting with. It makes my life a lot easier, having people to gossip with in the chat and just fire things back and forwards. But yes, I think we can both agree, or everyone can agree, it's well played by both teams. AGC made the better of the starts. REME pulled it back. Don't normally win on Hardpoint in Azir Cave. It's one of the weaker maps, but they did well to pull that one back. And then the Piccadilly match, obviously very, very tight, and then just went away from them in spite of having the lead at half time on Hackney Yard. So yeah, keep an eye out. Remember to subscribe if you're not already and hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. CSGO will be also coming to the channel at some point once we dot the I's and cross the T's. So remember to give the CSGO guys support as well if you're that way inclined. But until next time, we're going to leave you now. I'll put on a song from Biff Tech. You've probably heard it throughout the night as we leave. And then we'll see you next time. Adios, people. Have a very good weekend.
You take all my pride. Don't want me to confide. To love is to lie. Stop wasting all my time. To feel lost inside is wasting all my time. I see through those eyes into that filthy mind. You take all my pride. Don't want me to confide. To love is to lie. Stop wasting